now.
This is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
I believe it's about that time.
Turn the radio on, Wayne.
This is my friend, Todd.
He makes me laugh.
From Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, super!
What a crack, Todd.
Would you please just listen?
Really fun, and it's free.
Oh boy, this is great.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me now, 937-457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Oh, Todd, you got off the couch today. So we're gonna give you just a little bit of praise. A little bit of praise just for you. Well, you actually got off your couch today. You know we gotta give you praise. Sing that name. Sing that name. Oh, Todd, we praise you.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Tonight on the show, we got robot news, we got idiotic parents, we got a number of idiots of the week, and we're going to pick up on a conversation that was started last night in regards to a prank, a hoax that was perpetrated on the people of Xenia back in 1973. And it's crazy how this came up on the show last night, but we'll get to that. We also have tickets to give away to see Bachman Turner Overdrive and the Marshall Tucker Band. They'll be at the Rose Music Center next Saturday, the 26th. And we've got a current events quiz. We'll do that sometime coming up just after 5:30. But the first thing I got to get to, we got our first of several idiots of the week tonight. We saw
You are a stupid idiot!
Comes from upbringing. Parents are probably idiots too.
Idiot! Retired pig!
Wake up, idiot.
Silly dilly dilly, I'm an idiot. Yeah, it's true.
I don't know if you've ever had the great fortune to be at a concert or a sporting event and be featured on the Kiss Cam. You know what I'm talking about, right? You're sitting there with your sweetheart at a sporting event. Maybe it's during a timeout or halftime or something. And I think they do it down at Day Air Ballpark or some version of it with the Dragons. And they spin the camera around and they're trying to pick couples out of the crowd, and they put them up on the big jumbotron, and they've got fancy graphics at Kiss Cam, mwah, 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 right? And the hope is that you will kiss the person next to you, right? Sometimes, candidly, you may not know this, but sometimes they hire actors. Actors will be sitting in the seats. The camera person is taking direction from a director. The director knows where the actors are, and they'll shine the camera on them. And then that couple, the actors, will do something crazy, right? One of them will say, I don't want your kisses. And then they start throwing popcorn at each other. And then maybe the mascot comes along and starts beating up on the guy. That's all fake. That's all acting, right? Well, something happened last night at a rock concert in Foxborough, Massachusetts. This was at the Coldplay concert. Now, I don't recall being at a concert before and seeing them do a Kiss Cam. It really is sort of like something you'd see at an arena or a stadium for a sporting event, right? So last night, they were doing this Kiss Cam, and they were shining the camera, pointing the camera at fans in the stands that were there to see Coldplay. And at one point, they turned the camera onto one of the suites there at Foxborough Stadium. The suite is where the rich folks hang out, right? They get the catered dinner, they get the comfy seats, and they're sort of protected away from the normal folks. So they point the camera up there, and what they show is a guy standing behind a woman, and he's got his arms around her, and he's hugging her. They look really cozy. They look really, really in love. They're just enjoying Coldplay and just really digging the show, and they just look so comfortable together. But as soon as they realize that they're on the camera, they freak out. The woman turns away and hides behind a sign of some sort. The guy puts his hands in his head and ducks off the stage or ducks off the camera and tries. And then Chris Martin, who is the lead singer for Coldplay, says this, and this is a clip. This is a clip from the show last night. You'll have to listen carefully what he says, but it's important.
Oh, look at these two.
So what he said there, he's like, oh, look at these two. Look at these two. And everybody's laughing because they see the reaction. And then he says, whoa, either they're having an affair or they're really, really shy. Well, it turns out that the people in the suite that were on the kiss cam were none other than Andy Byron, who is the CEO of a $1 million, billion-dollar software company called Astronomer. He is the CEO. And the woman in his arms is a woman by the name of Kristen Cabot. She is the company's chief people officer. Well, Kristen is not Andy's wife. That's right. This affair that is going on between the CEO and their chief people officer, that's HR if you don't know, was outed on the kiss cam and by Chris Martin of Coldplay. Yeah. The two appeared to panic, with Byron letting go immediately, ducking behind a barrier. Oh, I had it reversed. And Cabot, whatever, burying her face in her hands. So she was the one who was embarrassed and buried her face in the hands. And then the CEO was the one who ducked out of the way. But the video clip of the incident was shared and went viral on social media. And it's all over the place. It's all over the place. And so apparently they've been having an affair. And the story that I found in this kiss cam debacle was that the CEO has been with the company as CEO since July 2023. So it's been a couple of years he's had that position. Now, lots of times when there are indiscretions like this discovered, even if they aren't on the kiss cam, when those types of indiscretions are discovered amongst the ranks of CEOs, they don't last much longer after that, because that opens the company up to all sorts of legal trouble. The woman, this Kristen Cabot, according to her LinkedIn account, she described herself as an individual who, quote, wins trust with employees of all levels, from CEOs to managers to assistants. Is that how she wins trust? By having an affair with the CEO of the company? It was brutal. It was brutal. So let this be a lesson. If you might be having an affair, before you go to an athletic event, make sure that there's some place you can quickly duck out of the way if by chance they turn on the kiss cam. Or better yet, just don't go out in public. That might be the better solution. or just don't have an affair. But boy, oh boy, this is quite the story, And I've always wondered about that. I mean, there have been people who have been busted because they're caught on camera at a game or an event of some sort, and they end up getting fired because they had told their boss or whoever, "Hey, I'm sick. I can't make it in today." I remember there was a story like that. I think after a Super Bowl last year, somebody went to a big Super Bowl parade and ended up getting fired because their face was plastered all over the TV and the news. And they told their boss, "Hey, I'm sick. I can't come in today." And there they are. This is worse. This is much worse. This is much worse. So learn from these people. 937-457-1290 is the telephone number. So last night on the show, I was talking about this Netflix documentary that's out there called Balloon Boy. And this has to do with a hoax that happened back, I think it was 2009, where some dad made a Mylar UFO and it got loose. And it was flying across the sky of Kansas. And the big story, the big panic is that dad and mom thought that their youngest son, by the way, his name was Falcon, was inside the UFO. And it became a big news story. It was all over. There was breaking news. People were tracking this Mylar UFO across the sky. FAA was involved. The Air Force was involved. FBI, the whole deal. Turns out it was a hoax. But that came up on the show last night. And then someone called the show, but they couldn't stay on hold to be on the show. But they told my producer last night, Dalton, that they were a part of a hoax back in 1973 that was perpetrated on the people of Xenia. And I had never heard of this before. And it had to do with a couple of teenagers wrapping themselves in tinfoil, standing out along Route 35 with lights and then coat hanger antennas, pretending to be aliens. And the police were called. They came out and they arrested 2 of the 3 teenagers. What's more is the story made the CBS Evening News with Walter Cronkite.
Xenia, Ohio police were flagged down last night by a frantic woman who claimed 3 silver-skinned space creatures were walking the highway. A patrolman caught 2 of the creatures. They were identified as Beaver Creek, Ohio men, costumed in aluminum foil with antennae made from clothes hangers.
So,
and that's the way it is. Wednesday, October
we get it. All right. So what I'm hoping for, because this happened kind of later in the show, I'm hoping that whoever called last night and said that they were involved with this, I believe that's what Dalton said, is that they were involved with this hoax. I would love for you to call back. He didn't leave a name. He gave no indication of his identity. He just said, ask Todd if he knows about this. I was involved. That's the message I got, and I would love to talk to that person who called in.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up, punk.
Double D.
H.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
All right, everybody. Yeah, it's really not a good idea if you're I mean, I've never been in that situation, but if you're having an affair, don't go out in public. And if you do go out in public, keep your damn distance from each other. That's all. That it shouldn't be that hard. Do you want to be found out or not? Crazy, crazy. I did, Melody. I did hear about that.
Todd.
NBA's biggest star can't play in the All-Star game. All the latest at 5:30 now. Back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Back to the show, everybody.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. A week from tomorrow, that would be July 25th. I am going to be broadcasting live at the My USA Credit Union in Moraine. That's 3115 South Dixie Drive in Dayton. And they are one of the great sponsors of the Evening Edge and of our Wing It Wednesday. But I'm going to be out there from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., and they're going to be grilling hot dogs. We're going to have some prizes to give away. You can win concert tickets. I haven't figured out which concert yet, but I promise you, you will be happy. So stop out and see us, get some free food, meet some other edge heads, and hear about all the great stuff that's happening with your best financial friend at My USA Credit Union there in Moraine. Once again, that's next Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., 3115 South Dixie Drive. Hope to see you there.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Spell it out, punk.
Double D.
H.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
on WHIO.
Friday, July 25th. Harvey, if that's what you're asking.
partly cloudy, chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly south of Dayton, high of 82. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Cheney for Dayton Severe Weather Station, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. The latest scan of the live Doppler 7 radar is clear and sunny around the Miami Valley. Currently it is 82 in Springfield. Looking at 85 degrees in downtown Dayton at 5:34. Our next scheduled news in less than 15 minutes, immediately when it breaks. I'm Ron Otto, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. Dayton's news and talk depend on it.
Here at WHIO, we really care about traffic. We care so much about it that we've dedicated a lot of resources to getting you the information in the quickest way possible. Nothing's more frustrating than being stuck on 75 and your phone won't tell you why. That's where we come in. We'll let you know what happened and how long you have to wait or what other road you can take to avoid it. Plain language, easy to understand, and accurate. WHIO, Dayton's News and Talk.
Hey, it's Todd from the Evening Edge, and let me ask you, why is your car loan acting like a bad roommate? Always taking your money, never giving anything back. Time to kick it to the curb, my friend. Refinance with My USA Credit Union or finance a new ride and boom, $300 cash back just for making the switch. And no payments for 90 days. That's like a summer vacation for your wallet. Low rates, flexible terms, and zero early payoff penalties. Because who wants commitment issues with their car loan? Apply online today at myusacu.com.
Every day is demo day at Harley Davidson Xenia. Live with Kim Harrington, General Manager. Stop in, gear up, and test ride the bike you've been dreaming of. Feel the freedom. Only here at Harley Davidson Xenia.
Cards and Parts is your home for all things golf.
I'm going to tease for the current events quiz coming out.
Buyers, you can get that golf car you've always wanted. Call us today or visit us online at cardsandparts.com. That's cardsandparts.com. We either plan to succeed or plan to fail, because we must first train the mind before we can choose the way. Here's a couple reasons why. First, consistency and follow through. When we plan to succeed, we develop discipline and we are driven by our own ambition and also from others who are ahead of us. But when we plan to fail, we chase the wrong things, which keeps us from building momentum and learning from our mistakes. And then you've got accountability. When we plan to succeed, we welcome responsibility for results, good or bad, and we use the results to keep improving. But when we plan to fail, we avoid accountability, which stalls progress and fosters complacency. And remember, every time we fail to plan, we are unconsciously giving failure a head start. I'm Greg McAfee, and I hope this was a breath of fresh air for you too. Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers, and sometimes it's an overworked accountant who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details. If you need LifeLock because your info is in endless places, it only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year. Promo code news at lifelock.com. Terms apply. Surprise! Your expenses this month were way higher than you expected. Also, you forgot to renew your website domain, and now you're in a bidding war. You should see the look on your face. At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money. Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive. Plus the fridge died in the break room, and now everything smells weird. Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive usually insurance company affiliates.
If anything unusual happens with breaking news, traffic, or weather during the hour, we'll stop what we're doing and break in. Because you need to know now. This is Dayton's News and Talk. WHIO.
Don't give me that politics, Jazz. It's not my racket.
People are tired of hearing nothing but doom and despair on the radio.
Everyone just relax, all right?
The problems of the world are not in my department.
Now, who'd like a cookie?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. I have a current events quiz right here, and if you'd like to take the quiz and win tickets to go see Bachman Turner Overdrive and the Marshall Tucker Band, at the Rose Music Center, Saturday, July 26th. Let's be the fifth caller at 937-457-1290. Tonight's questions all have to do with Guinness World Records. And by the way, the current events quiz brought to you by my good friends at Titan Graphics. So caller number 5, you can take the quiz and get in on the concert tickets.
Things I do that irritate my wife. I do that irritate my wife. I do that irritate my wife.
So from time to time, I irritate my wife. I'm sure that you are shocked to hear that. That I would be one to find some way to irritate my wife. No, I mean, candidly, she's irritated with me maybe once a week. This week, though, it was a double dose. The first one, and I don't know that this is really irritating to her. I think she just got tired of hearing about it. But we had a great meeting, and I don't want to go too deep into it, but we had a great meeting here at the station with some folks of Harley Davidson of Xenia. They're an advertiser here on the station. They came in and they wanted to talk about some ideas with all of our stations, but they mentioned that they have this motorcycle class, and it's one of the top-rated motorcycle classes in the country, and it's right there in Xenia at Harley Davidson of Xenia. You know where it's out there on 68. And I said, oh boy, that might be kind of interesting. But my wife has always said to me, you are not going to ride a motorcycle. You're not going to do it. Your attention span when you're driving, not great. And the last thing you need to do is be on two wheels on a motorcycle. And I brought this up in the meeting, and they said, well, what about a trike? One of those 3-wheel motorcycles. I said, oh, now that's not a bad idea. So I brought it up to Mary, and she's like, yeah, you could probably do that. I was surprised. I don't know that I've just worn her down, because over the years, from time to time, I sort of make jokes about, oh, I'd love to have a motorcycle. You could ride on the back, I think I may have worn her down, but we'll see what happens. It might be kind of fun to take a motorcycle riding class. We'll see. The other thing that really did irritate my wife, this past weekend, we were kind of getting the house cleaned up, spiffied up, because we had a guest come to our home on Monday night. My wife's best friend from high school, and really just her best friend in general, with the exception of me, is visiting from Dubai. And he came to our house on Monday night for dinner and to hang out and chit chat and catch up. And one of the things that we had to do is we had to replace a toilet seat, because at some point in the last month or so, my big butt cracked it. And we didn't replace it right away. We held it together with duct tape. I'm just being honest with you. But it worked fine. And it was good for us. But it was one of those toilet seats where you can, it's a soft, quiet closure. Right. So that's been nice, because sometimes in the middle of the night, and I'm very considerate. I lift the seat, when I go in to tinkle, and then I close it. So if Mary comes in the middle of the night, she doesn't fall in. So I went to get a new toilet seat over the weekend, because I knew he was coming, and I decided to go cheap. Instead of spending the $50 or whatever it was on the quiet close, I went and got one of the traditional, just normal close toilet seats. And I brought it home, and Mary's like, you know what's going to happen now, don't you? You're going to wake me up in the middle of the night, because you're going to think all you got to do is barely touch it, and it's going to slowly close. But no, you're going to hit it, and it's going to go. And we've been keeping track 7 times now, I have forgotten that it's not a soft close toilet, and I've pushed it rather firmly, and it comes crashing down. Fortunately, half of those times have only been in the middle of the night. One woke the dog. The other ones happen during the day, and she's not there, but so I don't know what I'm going to do. I may have to spring for it and go get the soft closed toilet seat, because I don't want to keep irritating my wife, especially at 3:00 in the morning. All right, we got Kenny in New Carlisle. Hey, Kenny, how you doing?
Not bad. How's it going?
Pretty good. You want to take the current events quiz?
Sure do.
Let's get it going.
Oh my God! Listen, everybody! It's the Evening Edge Current Events Quiz. Pop quiz, hot shot. Can you answer the question? I bet you think you're pretty smart, huh? Now, here's your host, Todd Hollst. Sponsored locally by Titan Graphics.
All right, Kenny, tonight you're going to be playing the current events quiz for a pair of tickets to see Bachman Turner Overdrive and the Marshall Tucker Band. They're going to be at the Rose Music Center next Saturday, July 26th. All right?
Sweet.
All right. Now, do you know how to play the current events quiz, Kenny?
Yes, I do.
For those who don't, I'm going to give Kenny 3 questions, 3 possible answers, and the answer is always
C.
C. That is correct. All right. Tonight's questions all have to do with Guinness World Records, Kenny.
Guinness World Records America. A new record.
He's setting a new world record. You're looking at a guy who's going to set a new world record.
That's another world record.
All right, here we go, Kenny. Oh, we have a Kenny, hang on the line. We got a traffic red alert real quick, okay? Hold on for a second, buddy. Hang on. Go ahead, Ron.
We have 2 issues now, Todd. Right lane blocked at I-75. This is northbound 75 at Edwin C. Moses. That one appears to be moving, but we got a new one. This is around State Route 4, just south of there. We have an accident, right lane blocked, and everything is completely stopped on southbound. So your best bet here, you probably want to go as far back as, say, Stanley Avenue, get off there, and take that one down and try to use the surface streets, get back on the interstate southbound. So,
all right. Thank you very much, Ron. Appreciate that. All right, Kenny, let's get back to this. 3 questions. They all have to do with the Guinness World Records. Okay.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Here's question number 1. A Washington woman has been awarded a Guinness World Record for having a collection of 4,060 what? A, soup ladles, B, clown paintings, or C, jigsaw puzzles?
Maybe C.
You got it. That's a lot of puzzles.
A whole lot.
I wonder if she's lost any pieces to any of those puzzles. Okay. Here's question number 2. A French daredevil set a new Guinness World Record by traveling 1,450 feet on his motorcycle while A, being pelted by French baguettes, B, doing a handstand on his seat, or C, on fire?
I wish it was A, but we'll go with C.
You got it. That might be kind of fun, like a baguette gauntlet.
Yeah.
All right, here's question number 3 for the big win, Kenny. A Chinese man set a Guinness World Record by stacking 3,149 of what vertically? A, oyster pails, B, crab rangoons, or C, Jenga blocks?
C. Wow.
You got it. You got it. Though I'd prefer to see the crab rangoons.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree.
Do you have any idea what an oyster pail is?
Not really, not unless it's what you collect oysters when you're out along the beach.
That's what they call the little takeout boxes at Chinese restaurants that have that sort of unusual shape.
Oh, the ones you can outfold and
yes, those are called oyster pails. I did not know that until today. Well, congratulations, Kenny. You are the winner.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Me and my wife love your show.
Oh, well, thank you. Extra bonus points for that. Hang on the line, Kenny. We'll get your details and we'll get those tickets to you, okay?
Thank you very much.
There you go. And that's how you play the current events quiz. We have yet another idiot of the week here.
You are a stupid, stupid idiot!
Comes from upbringing. Parents are probably idiots too.
Idiot! Imbecile pig!
Wake up, idiot!
Silly dilly dilly, I'm an idiot. Yeah, that's true.
So I got a message last night from Jimmy, our web guy, and he said, I think that this idiot might be right up your alley. And I said, okay. And it has to do with the Steve Miller Band. Now, I know that Steve Miller has a lot of fans, and I like Steve Miller's music. I don't know if Steve Miller was the person who made this decision. But I guess the Steve Miller Band has been out on tour. And last night, or yesterday at some point, they made an announcement that they were canceling all of their upcoming tour dates. Now, when you hear a rock star is canceling a bunch of tour dates, the first thing you think of is health, right? I mean, Steve Miller is not a young guy. He's been doing this for a long time. He's an older gentleman. Maybe his health finally caught up with him. I mean, Aerosmith, they canceled their world tour and said, we're done because Steven Tyler can't do it. Billy Joel canceled his world tour with Rod Stewart because he's having health problems and couldn't do it. It's not unusual to hear this. But here's the reason that the Steve Miller Band canceled their tour, and this was on their Facebook page. The Steve Miller Band has canceled all of our upcoming tour dates. The combination of extreme heat, unpredictable flooding, tornadoes, hurricanes, and massive forest fires make these risks for you, our audience, the band and crew, unacceptable. So you can blame it on the weather. The tour is canceled. They canceled their tour because of the weather. Now, here's a crazy thought. When you're playing a show somewhere, that day, maybe look at the weather and see, hey, is there going to be severe weather? If so, maybe you postpone it or maybe you delay it. But if they're ever looking for a summer tour that doesn't include heat, possible rain and thunderstorms and tornadoes, hurricanes, flooding, and forest fires, these guys should just tour in the winter, right? Where there's no real concern of any of those in most of the country. Unless, of course, they don't want to deal with cold or ice or snow. That is probably the most idiotic reason I've ever heard to cancel a rock concert.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up, punk.
Double D.
H.
Double L.
T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
I use my electric bike, Melody. I don't know what you're talking about. I've ridden it. I don't ride it and put every video up, but I do ride it.
McAfee Heating, Air, and Plumbing Studios. Breathe easy. Choose McAfee. Call today or visit mcair.com. WHIO-FM Pleasant Hill. WHIO Dayton, Ohio. The birthplace of aviation.
Some communities in Miami Valley receiving literacy grants. It's 6. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Welcome back to the show.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Next weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 25th, 26th, 27th, it's the Dayton Celtic Festival down at River. What? I almost said Riverbend. Not Riverbend. What am I thinking? I'm drawing a blank. Somebody throw me a Ron. Thank you, Riverscape. Oh, wow. Anyway, it's going on. I'll be there next Friday. Right after the show, I'm zipping downtown to Riverscape for Dayton Celtic Fest. Not Riverbend, Riverscape. I'll be at the WHIO stage. We've got our own stage. And there's going to be live music, of course, throughout the weekend. A lot of Celtic fun with the Dayton Celtic Festival. In fact, there's going to be folks here next Wednesday on Wing It Wednesday from the Dayton Celtic Festival. And I am trying very hard to try to find my kilt. I have a kilt. I just need to find it. More importantly, I need to make sure it still fits. Well, why are you shaking your head? You don't think it'll fit? I'm going to find it and I'm going to bring it in here and I'm going to model it for you, just for you, Ian.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Holst.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
And I will be going commando.
It's fun listening. It's a good ride,
That's
but
the
there's
way
never
you
real
really
danger.
wear a kilt.
Man, you'll realize. You'll see. He'll grow on you.
Locally grown, seriously
Sans
funny on
undies.
WHIO.
Breathe a little easier
Unusual happens with breaking news, traffic, or weather during the hour, we'll stop what we're doing and break in because you need to know now. This is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
It's time for something different.
There's been enough thinking.
Don't bring up politics. Don't bring up religion.
Don't be so serious about everything.
This aggression will not stand, man.
Let's just chill, huh?
Let's have some fun.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me now, 937-457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. That's right. That was Tattoo from Fantasy Island, Hervé Villachez. Well, see, today's National Tattoo Day. And I didn't have any music or sound effects that have to do with getting a tattoo. So I thought, well, what could I do? I thought, I'll just play that clip of the character Tattoo. That makes sense. The live stream is up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. And speaking of being National Tattoo Day, there is a gallery of edgehead tattoos that is growing by the minute on my Facebook page. I put mine up there, one of mine. My niece, Helena, who is, are you guys engaged yet? No? I'm just asking. My producer, Ian, lives with my niece, Helena. And we keep wondering. I'm just giving you grief. But there's a lot of great tattoos from all the different edgeheads. And these are great. I love these. There's some really good stuff. Oh, yep, there's Edgehead Tina. She's showing off the Evening Edge with Todd tattoo that she got on her arm. That is so cool. I ended up getting one too, and that's the one that I posted. I have another one that I didn't post, but I have the Evening Edge logo on my my right arm. And I know some people, when I thought, well, that's weird. He's getting his own show logo tattooed on his body. But I did it because Edgehead Tina, on her own, put the logo on her body. And my name's on her body, which is kind of weird. I mean, it's cool, but it's kind of weird, right? For the rest of her life, Todd Hollst is going to be tattooed on her body. But so anyway, if you're into ink, you might check it out. There's some good ones on here, really, really good ones. 937-457-1290 is the number. We got, let's see, John and Troy wants to talk about kilts. Hey, John.
Yeah, hey, Todd. Great show. Love the show. Always love the show.
Thank you. What's going on?
Well, so I'm originally from Canada, from Nova Scotia, lots of Scottish people. Of course, I'm French for New Scotland. And I happen to also live in New Glasgow in Nova Scotia.
Okay.
And so in there, of course, we had a saying in terms of kilts, right?
Right.
If you're wearing underwear, it's a skirt.
I love that. Yeah, that is 100% true.
Absolutely. Just watch Braveheart. That's the real deal.
That's right. You know, I've worn, what's cool about this kilt is years and years ago, I was involved with the Dayton Ballet Bar Association, which is one of the supporting groups of the Dayton Ballet. And we held a British bash. And it was, you know, all things British and, you know, Union Jack and whatever. And my wife, who then at the time was my girlfriend, handmade a kilt for me. And it was fantastic. But I got to find it. I don't know where it went. I know that I still have it, but it's hidden somewhere. It's probably in a box in my closet. But do you keep a kilt? Do you have a kilt?
I do not, and that's because even though we lived there, my parents were German immigrants, so I had lederhosen.
I bet that made you popular with the gals.
I still have the pair of lederhosen from when I was probably 7 years old.
Oh, now see, that's pretty cool. That's a cool thing to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice little souvenir. All right, John, I appreciate your call, buddy. Have a good one. That line's open, 937-457-1290. Tomorrow night on HBO, there's a rock and roll documentary I'm excited to see, and I bet many of you would be interested as well. It's part one of the Billy Joel documentary called, what is it? And So It Goes. And Billy Joel, one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. It was Billy Joel along with Elton John. And it was up in Columbus. I want to say it was maybe the Schottenstein Center. This was many, 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 many years ago. But it was such a great, great show. And I've always been a big fan of Billy Joel. I just wanted to play a little bit of the trailer from this documentary that debuts tomorrow night. It's part one tomorrow, and then part two is next Friday.
Sometimes it's alien to me, this guy Billy Joel. I don't know who that is or what that is.
Sing us a song of the piano man.
I'm reminded of it when I go walk on the street.
You got us feeling all right.
Oh, right, that guy. Back then, his whole life was the band. We just wanted to make as much noise as possible. I didn't know one person who liked what we were doing. I loved it. I wanted to put together a group of New York musicians.
They were a bunch of hooligans from Long Island.
My own history as a musician started with me hearing classical music. Uptown Girl. It could have been a Mozart piece.
Are you the man singing Uptown Girl?
That's me. Here I am dating this supermodel. Me? I'm from Hicksville.
Well, it's going to be, I'm really looking forward to it. You know, I love documentaries about, rock groups and rock stars, musicians in general. But if you love Billy Joel and you have HBO, you'll want to check it out. That's tomorrow night. I think I don't know if it comes on at a specific time. It may just drop tonight at midnight because that's the way they do a lot of their shows. Real quickly, Tattoo Tina in Dayton. Hey, Tina, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Now, this you heard me yell out your name. You got your shout out for having the Evening Edge tattoo. Now, let me ask you this: do you get a lot of people asking you what the hell is that?
Yes, it's random. I actually got a compliment and questions on it this past weekend.
So what do they ask? They're just like, who is that, or why would you do that?
They're like, what is that? What does it mean? And then I tell them the whole story about how we started listening to you and COVID and how much you mean to us. And so, yeah, I give a full explanation every time somebody asks.
Now, I would love to know if anybody has asked you about that. And when you told them, they went and tried to find the show and try to figure out what it's all about. I'd be curious to know if that's ever occurred.
It has happened for people that live here. A lot of my family lives in Cincinnati, Mason area. But yes, I've had people say, well, I need to listen to it, because I tell them, like, it's funny, it's not political. It's just a lot of funny talk and jokes. And so, yes.
Wow. Well, I remember when you had that done, and I shared this with you offline, but I mean, I talked about it on the show. I sent that to a couple of people in the radio industry, and it ended up making national news on, inside the radio industry. And people were just talking about how fervent some radio listeners and fans can be, to the point where they are inking their body. And I said this a little while ago: for the rest of your life, you're going to have that Evening Edge with Todd Hollst tattoo. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I got to see if I get somebody else to do that. It's been a few years.
Because then I can tell Mary that I'm not the only person with your name tattooed on my body if somebody else does it.
That's right. That's right. She's the one who thinks it's weird, right? And not in a negative way, but just like, your name is tattooed on somebody else's body.
Yeah. I mean, I see that it's weird, but it's also good reason.
Yeah.
A very happy reason for me and for Tony. So
Right. Well, I appreciate it, Tina. Thank you for calling, and maybe we'll find some other sucker.
Yeah, maybe.
get their tattoo.
You have to get a new design. Maybe I'll get another one. Get a new design.
Oh my gosh! Now you've given me an idea. All right, Tina. Thank you so much. Have a great one.
You too. Bye.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Endorsement for re-election to the Senate. We'll have the latest at 6:30. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
And now for our devoted listeners, back to the show.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. We got some robot news. This caught my attention. So down in Florida, we talk about it from time to time. I'm sure you see stories about this. They have a real bad python problem. Lots of pythons down in Florida. And, of course, pythons are, they're invasive. They aren't supposed to be there. But people, they started getting these pythons as pets, and then they got loose, and then they multiplied, and they keep multiplying, and so on and so forth. And now we have a python problem in Florida. In fact, every year they have a big python hunt. And they give out prizes to those who can bag, I guess, the most pythons and the biggest. These pythons are a real problem. And the scientists down there are trying to figure out, how they can track them and corral them and keep them from eating all the other smaller animals. Because over the years, there have been a decline in those types of smaller animals because of these pythons. So why is this robot news? Well, researchers at the University of Florida have outfitted 40 furry fake toy rabbits with motors and tiny heaters that work together to mimic the movements and body temperatures of marsh rabbits, which are a favorite of the python, a favorite meal. Chomp, chomp, chomp. So they've put these 40 and they call them robots. They're robot rabbits. And they've put them out in these cages out, in the marsh. And they help the scientists track these pythons. That's the plan. They includes a camera in the eyes of the rabbit. It triggers when there's movement, python movement. And it helps them track the lurking pythons. And I thought that was pretty clever. Now, if they really want to get rid of these pythons, really want to get rid of them, they need to equip these robot bunnies with bombs. Some sort of explosive device that when the python gets close, no more pythons.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Spell it out, punk.
Double D.
H.
Double L.
S. T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
on WHIO. This is the station
Booby trap the bunnies. That's what I'm saying. Booby trap the bunnies. All right.
If anything unusual happens with breaking news, traffic, or weather during the hour, we'll stop what we're doing and break in because you need to know now. This is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
Be of good cheer and call me.
Call me now.
Call me. He's laughing at us right on the radio.
Least we could do is get him on the radio and talk to him.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. So we talked about this a day or two ago. There was a guy by the name of Dan Rivera, and he was a well-known ghost hunter. And over the weekend, he was on tour in Gettysburg. There was a big ghost hunting spooky event up in Gettysburg. And one of the things that Dan does is he tours the country with the Annabelle doll. Now, if you're not familiar with the Annabelle doll, in the world of ghost hunting and weird stuff, the Annabelle doll is a Raggedy Ann doll that was said to be demonic and possessed, and had powers that a doll shouldn't have, quite frankly. The story is that the doll was given as a gift to one woman to another. Two girls, I guess, and they started to report stories that the doll was moving by itself, that it was leaving them messages, it was making noises, this whole thing. And it became quite the story. And in fact, the doll, or the idea of the doll, was used in the movie The Conjuring. And it's also another film called Annabelle. But the doll in the movie is not the original Annabelle. The doll in the movie really does look like one of those creepy dolls with the eyes that follow you when you move, that kind of thing. They open, they close. Really, really creepy, really, really scary looking. But the original doll is the Raggedy Ann. Well, this Dan guy, Dan Rivera, is known for this doll. He tours with this doll. He handles this doll. And people have said that whoever handles it, you better look out. You better look out, because they believe, many do, that it is possessed. Well, over the weekend in Gettysburg, on Sunday, he died. He died suddenly. And immediately when I saw this story, I knew what people were going to start thinking. They were going to think, oh my gosh, the doll has claimed another victim. And a lot of people are saying that. They think that somehow the doll may have had something to do with the demise of Dan. Well, I got an update on the story, and I wanted to mention this because we talked about it on the show, that the coroner there in Adams County, Pennsylvania, where Gettysburg is located, says that the doll was not present in the hotel room where Dan's body was found. They don't know the exact cause of death, but reports are that on Sunday, he was down at breakfast with some of the other ghost hunters and the people that were there for this event, and he told them that he wasn't feeling good and he was going back to the room. So he went back to the room, and then later on he was found deceased. So they say it won't be maybe 8 to 10 weeks before they have the autopsy report. So for the next couple months, there's going to be people out there thinking that somehow the ghost of this demonic doll had something to do with it. But the reason I bring it up again, not just because we have this update on the story, but I got a message from Cindy, who's a big-time edgehead, earlier today, and she said that she has the story about Annabelle the doll that she saw, I guess, in a documentary. And I said, well, please call. I want to hear this because I've not seen what she's talking about, and I'm interested. So, Cindy, how you doing tonight?
Hey, fine. How are you doing, Todd?
I'm doing well. All right. So you saw this documentary about Annabelle the doll, and I'd love to get your take and what you saw and the whole deal. So hit us with it.
Well, it was a long time ago, so I will tell you what I remember.
Sure.
Okay, so this young girl, I received a gift from her grandmother years ago, which was actually the Annabelle doll.
Okay.
So her grandmother was into voodoo.
Oh, voodoo.
The doll that she gave was possessed. So
So wait, hold on. Hold on for one. Let me interrupt though. I'm going to have some questions during this, Cindy. Okay. Sure. So hang on.
Yeah.
So grandma has a doll and she's into voodoo, and maybe intentionally or not, grandma put some sort of hex on this doll and then gives it to granddaughter.
Yes.
Wow. Thanks, Granny.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty evil.
Yeah. So the granddaughter has the doll, and what does she do with this Annabelle doll?
Well, she's sitting on the bed, and like you were telling, she was moving by herself. She was in different poses every day, all the time. And they found like notes all over the bedroom. Like I think it said like, help me, help me, help me. And they don't know where it came from. It's just really strange.
So they think the doll's writing notes.
Was this couple, Lorraine and Ed Warren, who are paranormal investigators.
Yes, I've heard of them. Yep.
We're supposed to transfer her to another museum. And on the way over, the Annabelle was trying to kill him on the way over. She was like really bad, and I mean it was really scary. So, and then I'm sorry, going in spurts. So another story I remember about the Annabelle doll is this man saw her in the museum.
Yeah.
I can't remember which museum it was. I'm guessing it was probably in Florida, maybe. I'm not sure which museum she's in. But so it has a warning label on the doll saying, don't mock this doll. You know, you would be sorry if you do that. Well, this guy was stupid enough to mock the doll.
Oh.
He was making fun of her.
Yeah.
And he ended up in a motorcycle accident and died.
So people really believe that this doll has something to do with all of these accidents.
Yeah, well, I know about that accident. That's the only one I know about that.
But you wonder if it's like there's a handful of people that have met some weird demise because of their connection with the doll. But what you never hear, though, Cindy, and I'm sure you'll agree with this, you never hear about the hundreds and hundreds of other people who may have had contact with this doll and nothing happens to them.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if she really killed this guy. I don't know if I believe that. I mean, who knows? You don't know if that's true.
No, I wouldn't. I've seen the doll in pictures. I'd be more concerned of like a mechanical doll, like a Teddy Ruxpin. You know, coming to life because it's battery powered and 100%. You know, I mean, it maybe it could come at you, but I'm not so sure about a Raggedy Ann doll. Yeah. All right.
No, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, Cindy, thank you for that.
That's why I remember. Todd.
No, I apprecied it. Thank you for that. I'll have to.
Okay. Have a good evening.
You too.
Thanks.
See if
Bye.
Yeah. See if I can sometime find a documentary on Annabelle the doll. But I've heard this before. You know, not just about this doll, but I think there was a TV show at one time where they this group of ghost hunters. Paranormal investigators were out trying to collect all these so-called demonic items. And it could be anything. It could be a doll. It could be an egg beater. I mean, it could be anything that they think has bad juju on it. They wanted it for their museum. So interesting. All right. Well, thank you for that, Cindy. I appreciate it. We got some animals attacking news.
There is a wild side to every animal.
Here's something you like when animals attack magicians.
Animals took revenge.
Animals attack.
Craziest animal attack story.
You're about to find out when animals attack.
Well, I've been trying to get to this. I got two stories. The first one has to do with a oh, wait a second. What is this? Hold on. We've got some breaking news from the WHIO app that says that there's a large police presence reported at the Beaver Creek Home Depot. They say that dispatchers say there's no threat to the public, but there are a number of police vehicles on the scene. That's over there off of on Colonel Glenn, Home Depot, right over there. Colonel Glenn, right across from the Meyer. So, we'll have to keep an eye on that and let you know what's going on for sure. Well, let's. I'm okay. I had two animal attack stories. We don't have time for both, but I'm going to get to the one that I've been trying to get to all week, and it's not so much an animal attack story. It does have to do with an animal causing problems. The London Fire Brigade responded to an apartment fire in the city July 13th after a tortoise sparked a blaze inside the apartment. A tortoise. Now, we've heard stories of dogs causing fires. You know, they jump up on the oven and their little dog paws accidentally turn on a heater or hurt on, one of the range stove, and something might be sitting on it and it gets hot and causes a fire. But this is a turtle. How does a turtle do that, you ask? Well, the brigade says crews responded to the fire on the fourth floor of an apartment building and discovered a small fire in one of the residents. The responders rescued a tortoise and a small dog found hiding under the stairs. Apparently, the tortoise knocked over its heat lamp inside its aquarium, which fell onto some hay, a combustible material, and it went up in flames. That tortoise is lucky that he didn't get hurt, but they were not injured. That's crazy. I've never heard of that. A tortoise causing a fire. I guess if you got a tortoise, make sure that the heat lamp is nowhere near combustible material.
What am I listening to now?
What is this? The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Spell it out, punk.
Double D.
H.
Double L. S. T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Clinton, that's funny. That's hysterical. I love that. That is awesome. I'm going to save that picture. Oh, God. I can't. Hey, there's my wife watching on TikTok. No, I'm not going to invite MC Host to join live as a guest. She would reject that invitation.
FM Pleasant Hill, WHIO, Dayton, Ohio, the birthplace of aviation.
Warm and humid and a chance of rain continuing. We'll have the latest at 7 o'clock. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Look, fellas, I got to say, I love the show.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. I mentioned earlier it's National Tattoo Day. And more Edge heads are posting pictures on my Facebook page of their ink, including my mother-in-law. And I just got thinking, I wonder what it would take for me to have my mother-in-law get an Evening Edge with Todd tattoo. Not sure she would do that. Ian, hop on real quick.
Hi, sir.
You know my mother-in-law.
I do, Oma.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think it would take for me to get Oma to get an Evening Edge with Todd tattoo?
I love Oma, but I feel like she's the type of person that would make you pay her to do it. You got to pay her to get the tattoo.
What are we talking? 100? 200? 500?
Yeah, 500.
500?
500. She knows her worth. She knows her worth.
Make a donation to her favorite political her political pack.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see. I'll ask Mary when I get home. See what she says. I have a feeling that Oma is not interested in an Evening Edge with Todd tattoo. But though that would be something, wouldn't it? All right, everybody, have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow just after 5. Get the podcast at eveningedgetodd.com. See ya.
That's it. We're done.
It's over already?
Yeah, should have been here sooner.
Game over. Sorry, guys, I gotta run, but there will be another show.
When?
Actually, I'll be back tomorrow.
Same crap, different day.
At least he's consistent.
Good night, everybody!
All right, everybody, have a fun night.